What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw review for November 1st, 2021. I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. Guys, I got my boy Locke here with me, but before I let him speak, tonight's Raw, even though we still had no Survivor Series build, again, wasn't all that half bad. To me, at least. I honestly don't think this was a bad show whatsoever. We had a great main event with Kevin Owens and the WWE Champion Biggie with a possible Kevin Owens heel turn in the works. A great Raw Women's Championship opener, even though we had a fuck finish. That was kind of to be expected, but it is what it is. And we got a lot more on this show to go over when it does come down to it. But like I said before, I let Locke speak, do his intro. I want to let you guys know that if you guys have missed anything on the channel over the past week, go check it out. It's all on the homepage. We got our Halloween special, which, Locke, that Halloween special in itself was crazy fun, and I can't wait to do more in the near future. We have our SmackDown and AEW Rampage review on the channel as well, along with our Halloween Havoc and AEW Dynamite review. All that is waiting for you right there on the homepage. And I want you guys to go in the description below. You can follow us on social media right there. All of our TikTok links are down in the description. That way you guys can follow us and like our content or whatever the heck you guys want to do. It's all right there in the description. Also, Locke, you had a banger. You made a banger of a song with Bash.
Yeah.
NFN Right remix. That link is also down in the description as well. And while you're down there in that description doing anything that you guys want to do, click that like button. If we can get that to 10 likes before the end of tonight's stream, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell to all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Locke, tonight's show was not bad. It really wasn't. I feel like if they, especially the first hour of Raw, to me, if they continue to do that kind of formula for the first hour of Raw and continue it on through the weekly shows, we wouldn't be on here every single week trying to figure out, all right, what's WWE going to do here? What's WWE going to do there? Or just complaining every single week with terrible booking decisions. Tonight was not that bad of an episode.
No, I mean, I voted it a 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't have the worst time.
Yeah.
I was irritated at the beginning of the show because I hated the freaking result of the match.
Yeah.
But thank God it was saved later on in the show, and I freaking cried. I think you were in there when I was having the time of my life.
Yes.
But, yeah. It wasn't the worst show. It wasn't the worst. Could have been better, but I mean, it would have been better if I was gonna say it would have been better if Becky and Bianca was at the end, but I understand why they wasn't at the end, so it's cool.
Yeah.
But it was just Raw. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't good. It was just Raw.
And by any means, am I saying that this was like the best Raw ever? Like the show had some stuff that it needs to work on still, but the first hour of the show we kicked off with an amazing women's championship match, and then we had Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory, which I thought was going to be like maybe 5 minutes, but they actually did give it a little bit more time, and we still have that little thing between Dominik and Rey going on, and we'll get to there, but I feel like they had a good pace for this show. I don't know if it was just me, but we had some kind of things going right tonight. But like I said, there was no Survivor Series build whatsoever. Again, and we're 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I obviously don't think that they are putting too much care into this unless it's something that has to do with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So I mean,
which makes sense.
as far as like the Raw versus SmackDown tag, I would be very surprised if that even happened this year, because they're not even remotely.
They're not
Yeah,
building towards any of it.
I would not be surprised if they didn't have that elimination match this year.
Like Biggie is not talking anything about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not talking anything about Biggie. The United States champion Damian Priest does not even know who Shinsuke Nakamura is at this point. Tag team champions, to be completely honest, like who the heck are the Raw tag team champions? Oh, RK Bro. They're not doing anything with the Usos at this point, even though I think that would be a great match if they are doing Raw versus SmackDown, but they're not doing anything. The only thing that's still technically up in the air for Survivor Series is the Women's Championship pictures. That's it.
True.
And I don't know if we're getting a SmackDown Women's Championship this Friday. I don't know if we're just having a match between those two or what. We had a Rollins title match tonight. It didn't go in the way we all thought. When I heard that this was being pushed all the way to the beginning of the show and it was opening the night, I knew we were going to have some kind of a finish that was not going to be conclusive. If they had it in the main event, where it should have been, before everything went down tonight, including your little picture there. If we had that at the end of the show, we could have had a different result. But it is what it is, and we'll see what happens from there on our road to Survivor Series. Now, well, I don't know if you saw my TikTok earlier on today. I did a video of I saw an Instagram post, right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to bring it to my followers here on TikTok, and I'm just like, who would win this Survivor Series elimination match? If you saw that, everybody in the comments were like, all right, like everybody pretty much said Raw, because here's the actual mock-up match. Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Edge, AJ Styles, and Bearcat Lee versus Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and Sheamus. Everybody and their mother said Raw. Some people said SmackDown. And then one person who just decided to argue with me said fake.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Here's the thing. I know this match is not happening. Like, I know that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that much of an idiot. You come into my comments, you say it's fake, and then I try to put you in your place. You come back to me, and you do all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, just get out of here. If you don't like my content, don't like my content, and get the hell out of here. And I clicked on his profile just to see what happened, and he followed me. And he was following me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now you just really want to be petty and be a dick. So there you go. But that's neither here or there. Tonight's show, building blocks to something decent, but there's still something that needs to be built upon in order to have this show be okay every single week.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're going somewhat in the right direction, but then as soon as I think, they just make a quick detour and they do something stupid.
Yeah, we're just gonna get tugged down again.
Yeah, I can't be really hopeful for this show, because right when it's time to be hopeful, they go and say, "Oh, you have hope? Okay, no, let's take that hope away from you." You know. So, right. I mean, I wish I knew what happens with this show sometimes, because it's stressful. It's very stressful.
Could not agree with you more. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here on Outside the Brand. If you guys, I already did all the selling out and everything, but the description pretty much has everything that you need. The MFN Right remix, the TikTok links, and all that. Just go check it out right there on the description and the homepage, and just make sure to click that like button, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to continue making Outside the Brand the best possible podcast that it can possibly be. Later on in the show tonight, I will be revealing to all you guys here on the chat our possible new logo. There's still some things in the works. There's still some things in the works when it comes to the intro and all that stuff, and how like the stream will be starting soon and all that kind of jazz. Things will be happening very, very soon here on the podcast, but I will be showing you guys a preview later on in the show. But why don't we get the review started and talk about Monday Night Raw tonight? Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. We kick things off on Monday Night Raw with. Oh well, hold on. It did not. Oh well, we got some kind of breaking news. Miz got eliminated from Dancing with the Stars tonight, so Miz will be back very soon. Miz will be back very soon on Monday Night Raw. Damn. All right. Kind of sucks, but he'll be back.
Yeah.
Probably go back in a feud with John Morrison, and then we'll probably do something with that. So again, but as I digress, start things off on Monday Night Raw with Bianca Belair had a backstage interview. She said, told Sarah that she was not ready for Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, and when Becky challenged her, she accepted. But 26 seconds later, she is standing with no championship, but still will. But she will never regret her mistakes because those are the opportunities that'll make her stronger. She says that Becky doesn't see the threat of getting in the ring with her, and Bianca is used to people trying to bring her down during the sidelines, but she has always shown out every single match. She says that there is no match bigger than the match for the Raw Women's Championship tonight, and Belair makes her entrance for the match. Becky Lynch is backstage now with Sarah, and she tells Sarah that, listen, even though that she was on top of this division, she was only on top because I just was not there to take her down. She says that people don't realize how difficult it was for her to come back, and then the shape that she came back in. And not even that, but we actually have heard some boos for her. I don't know about that. We've heard some, but mainly still cheers, because you're not going to boo a woman that came back from pregnancy and looking as amazing as she did.
Yeah.
So she said that the motive for her was to beat Bianca tonight, and then the Raw Women's Champion makes her entrance for the match. We had a match, and it was a great match. We had the fuck finish going like this. Belair goes for the KOD, and Becky unties the turnbuckle pad. Becky counters and lands on her feet, then pushes Bianca face first into the turnbuckle, and with a roll up to Belair, we get the 1, 2, 3 for Becky Lynch to retain the title. It was a great match. If I read the entire matchup to you guys, we'd probably be here for another maybe 35 minutes. It was a pretty good match and pretty lengthy one, but hey, these two deserved it, and we got a great match out of it.
Yeah, man, I mean, I obviously wish Bianca won because I'm tired of Becky being honestly. But, I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. I just hate when every finish has to be controversial. Like, I understand that she's a heel, but goodness gracious. Like, I think WWE's definition of heel is never win clean ever. And it's weird because in my opinion, making a heel win clean is the most heel thing ever, because they're like, you don't like me and I'll beat you clean. So now there's nothing to dispute about it. But when it comes into like exposing the turnbuckles and grabbing the ropes and distractions, and when someone's music comes out and they just stop everything they're doing
and they act all stupid, it's like, oh no, where are they? Where are they?
That stuff is like, why, you know? But I it could have been worse, I guess. I'm not sure how, but I was very mad at the moment. I was very mad at the moment like that match ended, but I'm not mad anymore. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it could have been better. I did not like the finish of this match. Bianca should have won.
WWE is too reliant on their roll-ups, and they're too reliant. Wait, what'd you say?
No, you're right. Keep going.
They're too reliant on their roll-ups, and they're always too reliant when it comes to fuck finishes. Fuck finishes don't always have to happen. If a heel wins clean, you're right. It can mean more than anything when it comes down to it. So I completely agree with you there. I hate it when, like, you know me, I hate it when a superstar's music hits and they're just standing there in the ring trying to figure out, oh my gosh, where the heck are they? Where are they? Like, you're in a match. You're in a match. Stay focused on the match. Who gives a fuck about what music's playing? And you know I hate music when they come out anyway. Later on in the night when we had the Biggie Seth Rollins thing, we'll talk about it. That was a great back and forth exchange. Yeah. But Kevin Owens, when he came out, his music played, and his music played for way too damn long. Don't play his music, period. Don't. Just have him walk out and say what the fuck he has to say. Even though it's formulaic, even though it's just like you see the pattern every single week. Mm-hmm. Just have him walk out there without the music. Nobody needs his music.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the Kevin Owens, Biggie, and Seth Rollins thing in just a little bit. But man, trust me, we have to talk about what Kevin Owens said, because there is a little bit of some teases about what could possibly come in the near future, January, for his future in professional wrestling. But Kevin Patrick, I was going to say Kevin Owens. Kevin Patrick was backstage with Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio. Booyaka Booyaka 619. Booyaka Booyaka. Wow.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey and Dominik Mysterio. Rey and Dominik Mysterio. They were just talking about the match that's coming up, and Austin Theory, and all that. And he says that Austin Theory is talented, but he's arrogant. And Theory appears to tell Rey that it's a big honor for him to be facing him in a match tonight. He says that he wants to get a selfie with Rey before he kicks his ass. Rey tells him that he has been doing this for a long time, and he's not the first one to try to make a name off of his expense, but he will show why the Mysterio name still makes noise. Pretty deep, pretty formulaic promo and everything. We just see the two make their entrance, and we had a match. Cool. I mean, Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory. Austin Theory is only 24 years old, and he's going up against a guy like Rey Mysterio who can show him a thing or two backstage and all that. Like, I don't mind this, but where's this going?
I don't know where in the world Austin Theory's real character is going at this particular moment, because it's just like he goes out there just to beat down on the old dudes, and it's like, okay, but like, what happens now? You know, he beat Jeff, beat Rey Mysterio. Like who's next? Like what happens now? You know, does he just keep doing this, or does something else build from this? I don't know.
Yeah,
how far his charisma goes. His in-ring style is great, but
I love Austin Theory in the ring.
Yeah, the whole take a selfie thing. That's the part. Just like, okay,
his entire gimmick is his phone.
Yeah,
and taking selfies.
I don't know. I feel like that's really outdated. Like when in like 2014, when selfies first started, this would have been a hit. But like now,
It was.
Don't-
It's
don't-
pretty much. It's pretty much a rip off Tyler Breeze. You have his
Yeah.
selfie stick and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't have a selfie stick, but he's doing selfies.
Yeah, and Tyler Breeze was somewhat cool with it, and Tyler
Yeah.
Breeze was an amazing wrestler. So just like,
Hopefully, he finds work wherever he is now. But
yeah, they kind of just flipped and switched his character a little bit, just gave it Dawson Theory, kind of. But I mean,
it's not totally that, but we still get the selfies and all that. And
yeah,
he's a very talented kid. He's only 24 years old now.
yeah.
Like,
He got something. He
he's
looked really
got it.
good. The match itself was really good.
And the
But-
thing is, you can build a roster around this kid
Yeah,
because this kid is that talented.
he wouldn't be a guy I called up. I would definitely, if they told me to call somebody up from NXT, I'm definitely not picking him first.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it wasn't terrible that they did. So
They called him up too soon when he was doing the whole thing with Seth Rollins and AOP. Because remember when they had that thing going on with him.
Mhm.
And then they just completely took him away from that gimmick. And then, well, then they also took away AOP from that gimmick. And we saw how that went out. But then they made him return to NXT. Then that whole speaking out thing happened, and then he was pretty much ostracized from NXT. Didn't make his return for a very long time. And then when he did, he joined Johnny Gargano and the whole family. And it was like, and he was like Johnny Gargano's son for like the longest time. And then they just called him up during this draft. So he's in a very weird position. I think he's going to be a great superstar here on Raw. It's just that they need to figure out what his character is, and then we can move on from there. He just can't be going up against old guys.
Yeah.
And listen, Rey Mysterio can still go. This man is awesome still. And I'm not saying anything bad about Rey Mysterio. It's just you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go do something else at some point.
Hopefully. I think Ray still has a lot more left to give.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to even though I know he's not going to get any more solo runs because he is doing the Dominik thing right now, which makes the most sense. I would hate for Dominik to be released to the hounds and not be ready. But it's probably just my freaking SmackDown nostalgia was wanting to see Prime Rey Mysterio again. But got to get over that sooner or later. So, I mean, take it for what it is. It's not the worst place for Rey Mysterio to be in. I'm happy he's getting TV time, honestly. So
Austin lifts Ray up and Ray throws him onto the second rope, getting him ready for the 619. Dominik punches Theory on the ropes and then Ray hits him with that 619. But when he goes for the cover, the referee calls for the bell because apparently he saw Dominik hit him. I didn't even really know if he saw him hit him. Did he really see him hit him?
The ref's back was turned ridiculously, and I'm like, how in the world?
Okay.
Did he just
yeah,
see
so
that?
his back was turned, and he didn't really totally see him punch him. So technically, he just called for the bell because reasons.
Vince said call for the bell, so he called it, and I'm like, bro, I know you did not see that because I barely saw it. I was looking, so I was like, ain't no way in the world he saw it. But
it was called by a disqualification, and the winner was Austin Theory because of it. Dominik and Ray were just standing in the ring dumbfounded, trying to argue with the ref about what happened, and then they were arguing with each other. So that we're still seeing these building blocks and everything, but Austin Theory is pretty much being used here to get more friction between the Mysterio son and father.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it, but it's a weird situation.
Very. I'm not sure how far it goes. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then after the match, he just proceeds to take a selfie again. So there's that. After a commercial break, we're back live with Rollins in the ring, and he is pretty much just going to say what he's going to do with the number one contender contract. It's not like he can do much because it's the number one contender contract for the WWE title. So it's not like he can choose any other title.
Yeah.
He says that he was drafted to Raw and he's the face of the brand. The only thing that he's missing is some gold. Rollins dances and says that the contract that he won guarantees him a shot at the next to be the next WWE champion, and it's just a matter of when he chooses to take it. So apparently, we still got a Money in the Bank contract. This is pretty much your Money in the Bank contract. It's just only eligible for the WWE title.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, so he can just cash it in whenever.
Yeah, I thought he was going to. I got scared.
Yeah, so, and I thought he was cashing in on the main event, but
Yeah.
thank God that didn't happen. So he says it's just a matter of time when he's going to choose to take it. Biggie makes his entrance with the music and everything, and says that his auntie thinks that Seth is a little touched in the head. I listen. I don't know. It's just something that his auntie said. Who knows? Seth says that Biggie's title reign has been a joke, and just like Kofi Mania was a joke, just like Xavier was King of the Ring win is a joke. Biggie says, well, first of all, respect the king, please.
Right.
And he'll be damned if he stands there listening to Rollins badmouth one of the greatest moments in WWE history, which I completely agree. Biggie then says that Seth really wants to be a WWE champion, then they can do it tonight. To just make the match official for tonight. Rollins laughs and asks the fans if they actually want to see this huge cheer in the arena tonight. And Seth says that he won't be doing it tonight. He'll be doing it on his own terms. Kevin Owens then comes out with music. I hate it, man. I do. I just do. See ya, Josh.
All right, Josh.
So Kevin Owens comes out and says that Seth sucks. So there you go. He says that it doesn't matter that Rollins won the Fatal 4-Way last week because all anyone was talking about was how he performed in said match. By the way, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens performed really well in that match. I was pleasantly surprised about how good that ladder match was. He says everyone makes claims to be the face of WWE and Monday Night Raw, from Biggie to Bianca Belair, and even Becky Lynch, who Seth Rollins might know very well. That little dig right there. So Seth isn't willing to fight tonight. He wants Biggie in a match for the first time ever. Biggie says, "You got it, sucker." And then Kevin Owens and Biggie, they were talking off mic, and he's like, "Sucker, sucker. You mean he's a sucker, right?" Like they were just doing their little back and forth thing. It was a pretty good exchange back and forth between Biggie and Seth Rollins. I love the intensity that Biggie finally brought out tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
if they do that every time for him, I'm fine with him.
That's why I was waiting for just it to waiting for it just to come out. 'Cause I know I figured they were gonna have to do it eventually. Yes. I was more just like I think Kevin Owens' promo was the best thing to help that, because his promo was perfect.
Yes.
And I think that will really being more of like that, a little bit more aggressive side of him. I think that's going to turn a lot of people more on into his championship reign, because I think a lot of people still see him as the pancake throwing guy, which is understandable because that's what he was for such a long time. But I mean, now we just have to wait and see if they continue to do this, or if he's just back to being what people don't like about him. Even though I never saw the reason to like change what he was doing. But I mean, just in case of other people not liking it, see what happens. See if they go in a different direction with him.
Now, Kevin Owens did say that this was not Mount Rushmore. So there's a little bit of a dig right there. Mount Rushmore, guys, if you guys don't know, PWG, stable with himself, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks. So there was a little bit of that. And he also said whether he is here for the next 3 months or the next 3 years, he's still going to keep fighting. Now, his WWE contract ends in 3 months. So that's where that little line came in. There were some teases tonight with him in his promo. So there was like definitely a little bit of a work shoot, but it was there. Did you notice these, or did you make those did you make those connections, or was it just another promo to you that just was really good with Kevin Owens because he's that damn good on the mic?
I mean, he wasn't subtle, he wasn't subtle at all, and he made his point extremely clear to whoever he was speaking to. So I mean, now we just have to wait and see where this goes as far as like his future, because obviously we really don't know. But this is really going to depend on his booking, I think, in the next few months to see if they are really just done with him or if they're going to try to reel him back in. But
right.
This was a really good promo for him to cut at this particular moment, especially since the fallout of last week's match. I think it worked really well for him. So
it's just you're right. He wasn't subtle with it at all. I mean, he pretty much laid it all out there on the line, saying 3 months or 3 years, I'm still going to keep fighting regardless. So then he made the Mount Rushmore thing and all that. So he knows, and he's trying to bring that real life aspect into it. But we'll see. We'll see. Wherever Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen or just Kevin, wherever he goes, we're all going to follow him because he's that damn good.
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting time, man. There's just some things that we got to iron out. And that's just one thing that we have to. We had a little bit of a backstage segment that happened, earlier on in the day, technically, but they showed it as like earlier on tonight, even though that never really happened. Just a little bit of a thing between Queen Zelina Vega and Carmella, meeting up with the WWE Tag Team Champions for the women, Rhea Ripley and Nikki A.S.H. They were just saying how great her mask looked and all that, but then they walked away, said that it looks stupid and can't believe they made that herself, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, tag match right now. So they did it. I'm telling you right now, man, Rhea Ripley, and I've said this multiple occasions, Rhea Ripley is not it for me. She has lost everything that she was in NXT.
Really?
Yes, everything.
Huh.
She is not. Well, first of all, that entire feud with Charlotte completely derailed me from her.
Yeah, that was bad. That was pretty bad.
And she's been teaming up with Nikki for the last few months now, and she doesn't need to be by her side. Having Nikki with her immediately brings down her credibility to me, and I don't know why. I like Nikki. I like what she's trying to do. I'm not saying that the character isn't working for me, but Rhea Ripley used to be a star in NXT, and then ever since she got paired up with Nikki, and then just that Charlotte feud, there's nothing that's connecting me with her whatsoever. I don't know if that's just me, but
no, I mean it's
something's happening.
I like Rhea. She's still a really cool character to me. It's just I'm trying my hardest to believe that she's going to do some damage, but it's hard to, So I don't know what she does if Nikki's not on the show, which is weird. But every time I see Rhea on the screen, I just imagine her losing to Charlotte. So it's just like
right.
She's not even like the intimidation factor is even there anymore. It's just like, oh, here's Rhea, and I want her to be cool because I really like her character, but I don't know. It's not working. I don't know.
We had a match between the tag team champions and Carmella and Zelina Vega. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't watch a single thing of this match. I didn't. Carmella and Zelina Vega won here, so that's just another champion losing.
Yeah.
Zelina hits a code red for the win, and that was it. So they had the Queen pin the champion, and that was it. Biggie is backstage when China Gable and Otis show up. Great. Gable says that they can help Big E because he doesn't have what it takes to be the face of Monday Night Raw. The face of Monday Night Raw was being thrown a lot here tonight.
I don't think anybody was Monday Night Raw.
Like, I don't know why they just kept throwing it around so much, but they did. Gable says that he just graduated with a master's degree and a 4.0 GPA from Full Sail University. So there you go. Have to stab that Full Sail University in there, the former home of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I say former because they're just not there anymore. Their contract with them ran out. So he turned to Otis and said, "Look, I made this guy into a serious competitor, not just an entertainer." So there you go. You have to jab that we're entertainment and not professional wrestling. But you've always said that to begin with anyway. Like, they're not a professional wrestling company. They're always and forever will be entertainment.
Yeah.
So Biggie says that he does nothing he's done nothing but turn Otis into a giant thumb. Which, okay.
Otis does look kind of weird.
I didn't really get that, but
he looks weird. What happened to your face? Like he does look weird.
He did ask what happened to your face.
Weird.
Gable tells Biggie not to come crying to him when it becomes Monday Night Rollins once again. So pay attention and watch him turn Prince Balor into a peasant. And then it was just Otis and Big E staring at each other. I hope this really didn't mean anything. I really hope that we don't get Otis versus Big E for the WWE title. That's not anything that I want to see in the future or right now. Big E literally asked him, "All right, what happened to your face?"
His face looks
He legitimately asked him that.
Because his face looks crazy. He looks nuts.
Well, they made him shave the beard.
And now he looks stupid.
They made him shave the beard.
What happened? He just looks nuts now.
Like, oh yeah, just because now you're with Gable, you have to have no facial hair.
He looks absolutely nuts. I didn't really like examine it until he said something. I was like, he does look kind of crazy. You know, he does look kind of weird. I don't know.
Finn Balor versus China Gable with Otis. This match was great.
Oh yeah, I think it's still the best. I have that as the match of my night.
This match was great. I want more of this.
Yeah.
China Gable is fantastic in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor, so he's obviously going to be great. This match was really good. Now, I don't know. Balor was selling like a leg injury. Did he actually land on something wrong, or was that just selling to you?
I think it was just selling because Gable had him in the ankle lock like 3 times.
Okay. I saw the entire match and all that, but like I thought he hit like a coup de grace or something and landed weird or whatever. But Gable goes to the top rope for a moonsault, but Balor gets the knees up. The moonsault still looks fantastic. Even though the move was reversed, still does a great moonsault. Balor hits a shotgun dropkick in the corner and then goes up to the top rope. Gable jumps up and hits a superplex but Balor rolls him up in a cradle for the 1, 2, 3. That was a great finish. It was a great finish. I don't like roll-ups that much, but when it comes to that and just like him selling the leg injury and all that, I think that was an okay sell, and I thought that was an okay finish.
That was the only
That to me was not that bad. What? I'm sorry about that. What?
Oh, that was the only roll up I accepted tonight. Everything else
Okay.
was bad, but that was like very well done because Balor really couldn't hit the coup de grace technically because of his ankle. So I was thinking, I was like, is he gonna still hit that? Because he's like trying to sell that he's hurt with his foot, but I like that. That was cool. I mean, part of me thought Gable was gonna win for a second, but Balor should not be losing to Gable. Honestly,
Yeah.
as good as Gable is, I don't think that Finn should be losing him at this particular moment. But definitely my match of the night.
Completely agree. After that, we had it was just Riddle talking to the Dirty Dogs. He said that, oh yeah, dogs are spirits, are spirit animals of them, and said that Big Bob was a what did he call Big Bob? I know he called him something. I think he said a Great Dane, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, whenever Riddle speaks, I really don't listen that much. Ziggler says that they have a match with the Street Profits tonight, and he knows that RK Bro will be on commentary, so they should pay attention because last week was just a fluke. Rude says they've had a week to recover, and they will beat the Profits again. Then Riddle and Orton can kiss the titles goodbye. So, Street Profits versus the Dirty Dogs. This was pretty standard. We had Omos and all of them. Well, just Omos, really. It wasn't even AJ Styles. AJ Styles just said, you know what, screw it. I'm not even coming out with Omos tonight. It's just going to be Omos. Ford gets Ziggler back into the ring, but out comes Omos, surrounded by referees and officials, and Ford gets distracted. Again, one of those things like, oh yeah, here, like, oh my gosh, Omos is here. Ooh. The distraction allows Ziggler to hit a zigzag 1, 2, 3. And the Dirty Dogs win, so. Typical. Just typical.
I just want Bobby Roode to have a solo run, please. Please. He's freaking awesome. And I think they can really push that Big Bob thing somewhere, even though it sounds really stupid. I really want them to push the Big Bob stuff. Even though I think Lashley's the biggest Bob, I think he can still be a Big Bob in himself. So, I mean, I just...
You know, I haven't realized this, but Ziggler and Roode have been teaming up for like a very long time now.
Yeah, it's like I think both of them have the potential to be world champions, but I think a lot of people, if you guys have seen Bobby Roode's work in TNA, you would know how I feel every time I see this man remotely close to a world championship because he did so freaking good as a solo champion in TNA, and now if I even say the word Bobby Roode beats Roman Reigns, they're like, oh, what? Like, because he's been booked like freaking terribly in WWE, except for like his glorious run. And that I feel like that was even a short change. I feel like they could have done much more with that, but they didn't for some odd reason. So I mean, they had mad chances with him. I don't want him to go to AEW or even go back to Impact and do what he was supposed to do here, because he's still in the company, and it's like I haven't heard a word about him being released or anything ever, like this whole time. So they obviously like him. So why aren't you giving him and Dolph the solo runs that they deserve? Because they're not even going to get the tag team championships, and if they do, it's going to become very forgettable because the tag team division is very, very weird in WWE right now. So it's like, unless it's a team that you know is specializing in tag team wrestling, they shouldn't be a tag team. And these are two people that are amazing solo wrestlers, Dolph and Bobby, respectively. So it's like, why do we have them together? Losing or winning, really. I just It just doesn't seem right. You could have really split them apart like you did freaking T-Bone and Moose or whatever the hell, however the fuck you did every other tag team.
Right.
Every other tag team, T-Bone and Mace, you really had 5 different directions you could have gone with this whole split up the tag team thing, and you split up a tag team that actually somewhat worked, but you have 2 solo people on one really bad team. They look good as a team because they're 2 good wrestlers, but obviously they can be so much better alone. And you could have easily put like Dolph on SmackDown and Bobby on Raw, or I would have put Bobby on SmackDown just so he can freaking have a match with Roman, because I know Bobby Roode can beat Roman Reigns. But it's just missed opportunities, man.
So I looked up the Ziggler and Roode tag team just to actually see how long they have been together. And honestly, I thought it was way longer than this. They started in what it says here, after being randomly paired together by Paul Heyman on the August 26th episode of Monday Night Raw. Ziggler teamed with Roode to win a tag team turmoil match to earn a Raw Tag Team Championship match at Clash of Champions. That August 26th episode of Raw happened in 2019. So it's honestly only been 2.5 years. Approximately. I thought it was way longer.
I had no idea it was that long.
It was about, it was maybe about 2.5 years. I thought it was longer. But to answer your question, Mango, Tyler Rex has been gone for years. I don't even know where the guy's at. Yeah, he's been gone for years.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
That's a very, very big throwback. But yeah, he's been gone for years. Probably released, I think they probably released him in like 2012, 2013, maybe. But yeah, I mean, Damian Priest is interviewed backstage with Kevin Patrick, and as to why he attacked T-Bar last week, Priest says that he had no issues with him until T-Bar threw a chair in his face. He says that no problem throwing hands and getting rough, but disrespect him and he'll hurt you. Tonight, with no holds barred, T-Bar will meet the Damian in him. The Damian in him. That was so cheesy. Just say demon or something. Damian.
I was like, why is he taking fins? And I was like, oh, Damian. Oh.
He said the Damian in him.
What
is that? The Damian in him.
I don't like
Do I have a Damian in me?
No, you're not Damian. You have a fool in you.
Do I have a Damian in me? And I know about the whole Tyler thing. That's another issue to talk about another day. But
I didn't know that.
I guess I don't have a Damian in me. You don't have a Damian in you, do you? I mean, you're lost, so you can't.
Don't think I do.
It's it was just a very cheesy line. I don't know where it really came from, and to be completely honest, Loft, this guy is not a heel, and it showed tonight because people were still cheering the fuck out of him. To me, it's
cool. It's starting to become cool. I still think the music should have never changed, but the freaking entrance movie is freaking cool.
I love the Titantron. Yeah, the Titantron looks sick.
Titantron's cool, but it's just like I feel like they do this insane angle every 2 years. Oh, he's ruthless. He gets mad. They do it with someone every few years, and unless he does something actually nuts, I'm not getting on board with it. Like, he can yell and scream all he wants, unless he does something that's like, oh my god, then I'm not getting on board with it. That's why I didn't like Dean Ambrose. That's
Yeah.
exactly why I didn't like Dean Ambrose. He was like, "Oh, he's a lunatic fringe or whatever the hell they called him," and he was just doing like cool moves, and I was like, "Okay, do something lunatic," and he just barely did. So I was like, "Okay, this isn't what I expected."
I mean, look, Damian Priest, as soon as he got called up to the main roster, they had a rocket strap to the kid. They had a rocket strapped onto him. They got him into the United States Championship picture very quickly on his road to being here on the main roster. They got him to SummerSlam. They had him beat Sheamus, and now he's United States champion. And I have to admit, the title looks great on him, and he's been a great champion. But up until now, they tried to make him turn heel last week. It looked okay. I didn't really understand the reasoning behind it, but they did it. And then in this it wasn't a championship contender match, thank God, but they had this no holds barred, no disqualification match, whatever it was really called. That Damian said it was no disqualification. This says it's no holds barred, but it's pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They had a great table spot in the match. They had Dominik Dijakovic pretty much spiked himself on his own head when Damian hit the Reckoning for the win.
Yeah.
That looked brutal. That looked like it fucking sucked, but that's just Dominik making him look great. And at the end of it, Priest was still being cheered, so the heel turn did not work. They're trying to make him look more heelish, but if people are going to cheer you because you're that damn good in the ring, they're going to cheer you.
I just want to know why is everyone turning the hell heel? Like everybody's just turning heel today, and on SmackDown, and it's just. I think I remember.
We don't have that many baby faces here.
Yeah, I remember listening to a podcast, and it was like Vince just wants a whole bunch of big heels in the company. I was like, huh. This is what's about to happen. Everyone's about to be just big heels, but the thing is, you can't make everyone heel. Case in point, Becky Lynch, Damian Priest, freaking like there's a whole list of heels they have in this company that consistently get cheered, and it's like I didn't even know it was a freaking heel turn. If it wasn't, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
James says it's a split personality, but listen, we've seen split personalities before in WWE. They never work. They rarely work, I'll say. They don't never, but they rarely do. And most of the time, people just want to cheer them.
I remember they did the Tommy Dreamer like every time. I think it was a hit because they implemented it into the THQ games. But like every time he saw blood, he like lost his mind. Every time he started to bleed, he just started punching. And it was just like, yeah, but it's only so far you can go with that because it's like everyone can't be crazy. Everyone can't be a big like scary monster character, and they try to make them that, but the crowd won't let that happen. So I don't know.
And last week to me was totally a heel turn for Damian. But the way that he was reacting after the disqualification finish, that to me was totally a heel turn. But I guess it wasn't. I guess what they're trying to do is what they're trying to do. But after the match, Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz come out. I completely forgot that he was on this show.
Apollo, I was like, where did he come from?
Yeah, Apollo comes out to congratulate Priest and pretty much says that he's coming after that United States title at some point. So there you go. John Morrison is backstage, meditating as he always does, just trying to find his inner zen. Maybe he should talk to Joe Gacy, I mean, and Harland or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's trying to find they're trying to find their inner zen too. So maybe a future stable in the works. That would be terrible. Don't do that.
Oh. I'm trying to think about
it. That would be terrible. Don't do that. He says, look, I don't know what that means, but Hope you find it. And then they just did a whole 24/7 title shtick. R-Truth and Akira Tozawa have him get away. And then they blame Drake Maverick for everything. So there's that.
I love R-Truth. I love R-Truth with all my heart.
I do too, but burn the 24/7 title and never make it return. I hate this goddamn title.
Yeah.
I love R-Truth, I do. But burn that goddamn title.
They had something going. I remember when they freaking unveiled it, and I was like, "Huh, this could be something." No, it's not something. It's the complete opposite.
Well, the title looks ugly enough as it is.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest. I mean, I just had a lot of hope for it. I had a lot of hope that it would be something like, "Oh, they're gonna go to people's houses and like show up at like weddings and stuff." No, it's just Reggie jumping up and down, doing cool flips every week.
And I remember when he won that goddamn championship, we were all over in here jumping for joy because Reggie is Reggie at that time.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, how many flips
now
can
he's
you
just
do? Y'all know
here.
you're cool.
Just
Like,
doing the flippy shit.
Forever.
But now we get to talk about your little thumbnail there.
Oh boy.
And I want to see your face, my man. So come on, show yourself.
Hey, hold on. Put my makeup on. Hold on.
Put on makeup on. Okay.
Hey.
All right, man. Yeah. Becky Lynch is interviewed. That's not the good part. Trust me, we'll get there.
No, I was pissed off. She was talking.
And denies cheating tonight to retain her title. She says that fans are fickle. So shout out to you.
Yeah, it's Daniel Bryan shots.
Yeah, shout out to you, BD. I can't say DB because it's actually BD now, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
So there you go, saying that they're fickle and they can't relate to her. No, we can't because we're not the ones that were pregnant and came back in the greatest shape of anybody's life. So
only certain people can do that. I can't do that.
Yeah. So Becky says that it's time for Belair to head to the back of the line and someone new to step up. Our girl Liv Morgan.
Oh my God.
Shows up from behind and stares Lynch until Lynch just walks away. They're teasing it. I love it, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I can't. I can't, dude.
You saw me there jumping around as if she just won WrestleMania.
People were saying in your comments in the live chat that you were having birth. And you were giving birth.
I had it because I purposely turned off the comments because I saw when I have people in the live, because when I watch Raw, I watch it from my iPad, so I'm like a minute late. So people,
that's what you watch it from.
Yeah, I watch it from my iPad. It doesn't come on this TV. I only watch SmackDown live, and SmackDown I'm like 2 minutes ahead of everybody. It's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, I tell them to put like the little bell emoji so I can see it in the corner of my eye. If I see the bell emoji when they type in, then I know it's something like exciting about to happen. So I saw that and I like sat up. I didn't know what was about to happen, and then freaking Liv came on, and I just lost all my composure for a second. And that was I wanted Liv to like hit her or something, but I'm asking for too much. But that was we were talking about that earlier on in the night. Like all I wanted was for Liv to come out, and I thought Becky was going to do like an in-ring promo and then Liv would come out, but that saved her all for me. I was about to rate it 1 star. They got like 2 extra stars for that because that made me happy, made me smile. That was good. That was very good. That was very good. She probably won't be there. But if she does,
that's what I'm saying. I just can't get behind. Like I can get behind it. Trust me. Like Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. I think that like that's gonna be great. But I just can't get behind them saying like, all right, well now Liv Morgan's gonna be Rollins champion. I just can't. I can't. If I say my expectations way too high when it comes to Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, they're just gonna pull me right back down again. So
yeah, I mean, I'm preparing myself for anger and tears, you know. but for the time being, I'm just hoping to
Just
God.
going to enjoy it for as long as we get it.
Because if she in any freaking universe beats Becky, I promise y'all will never hear the end of it from me. Y'all I will be the most annoying person you've ever seen. I will not shut up. You think Jeff beating Roman is something I want? I want this a little bit more, and I don't even think I would even say something like that. But if she in any scenario beats Becky Lynch, y'all will never hear the end of it. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at all. I will never let anyone hear the end of that. I never will. That's I. Oh my god, I can't even. I can't. Next topic. I can't.
Okay.
I'm going back in the labor. I can't.
Well, the next topic, guys, before we actually head into the main event, because the main event actually happened right after this, I want to talk to you guys about the rebrand, because the rebrand is happening, and the rebranding is happening very quickly. We got the new logo. Well, processing on the new logo. There's still some things that need to be kinked out. There's still some things that need to be worked on. But, guys, I'm about to reveal to you the work in progress new logo for Outside the Brand. Man, you gotta take a look at. You had to take a look at this earlier on today, along with the rest of the crew. What are your initial thoughts? What were your initial thoughts when you saw not only the first one, because the first one we had was a little bit of an option, but the second one, a lot of our other guys loved it. So, what were your initial thoughts on them?
Hey, I wanted the first one. Everyone was like 2, 2, 2, 2. So I was like, all right, cool. I lost. But I mean, both of them were fire. So look, both of them look freaking amazing. So I'm really excited to see how everyone else likes it.
All right, man. So we are going to be taking a look at the winner, so to speak, option number 2. And guys, this is the new work in progress logo for Outside the Brand. That looks beautiful.
Now seeing it on my laptop screen, that John looks kind of better. I ain't gonna lie. The John look good.
You got the gold microphone signifying AEW and / the older version of NXT. You got the little blue background. And then you got the red letters representing Raw. So we got NXT, AEW, Raw, and SmackDown represented all here.
I like it. It does look better on my laptop screen. I ain't gonna lie. It looks better on my laptop screen.
Now I will be getting a like a transparent background as well, so that the logo will be where the old where the Outside the Brand logo that is here now. That'll be right there on the top corner. I will be getting a new background for the podcast as well. That'll incorporate every single brand. That way we won't have just like a red background for Raw, a NXT background for NXT and all that. All like this one background is incorporating everything. So that we can just use this one background and just let it be.
Yeah.
And then we're getting the new intro ironed out and everything. The music is obviously being composed as we speak. That'll come when it comes. But the actual intro for itself that'll incorporate with this new logo, that's in the works already. So we can possibly get that within the next few weeks.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm almost done, yo.
It's gonna be great.
I'm almost done. I gotta get back actually in the studio, but it's almost done. Oh my god, I think y'all gonna like it. I think if I can hit this on the nail the way I think I did, shit's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
It's gonna be great, guys. Now trust me, we're still going to be ourselves here. Like you're going to be getting like the normal stuff that you've always gotten right here on Outside the Brand. That's not changing. The only thing that's changing is just a little bit of like a rebrand when it comes to the logos, the backgrounds, just making it a little bit more professional. But you're still going to see fully us, and you're always going to get 100% of us every time that we get here on the show. So nothing's truly changing. It's just a little bit of a touch-up. That's all.
I mean, it's good to change things around and make things look clean and new. I think we're really about to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Good pressure, though, because I think that we are on the cusp of just like turning a really big corner, you know? So I think this is going to really establish ourselves. I think of everything that I do as the top of the line, and everyone in my group, I know that they believe that we are the top of the line as well. So I think just making everything look like that as far as production and music, and make everything 100% us, 100% real, and 100% number effing one. So I mean, it's time to put some pressure on some things. We gotta. The price about to go up. I say that the price about to go up for outside the brand. We're about to make some moves around here. Take some people by surprise. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
And who's better than us? Nada.
Fuck
Nada.
Fuck out
Forget about it. Shout out to you, my man Tony D.
Yeah.
Hey Titus, did you get that pasta for him today?
Jesus Christ.
Good job. What kind of pasta?
This man's screaming in the
He got him the ravioli for my man Tony D'Angelo. Good job, my man.
Fucking love
Keep it up. You didn't do shit for me today, but apparently you had to do something for Tiny's for Tony. So
oh my god.
Good job.
If y'all watch fucking JD from NY, if y'all don't watch him, please watch him. You will know what Phil is doing right now. It's like,
yo, Titus.
Guys, he wants to
get on it, my man. He's gotta get back.
He's live right now. You got to watch. He's fucking awesome.
He's gotta get back here. Don't.
He's talking to Titus right
now.
I'll
talk to you later.
Oh my god.
Biggie versus Kevin Ellis. This fucking match was great.
Yeah. It's cool.
This match was great. We had a little bit of it wasn't totally it was a roll up, so I mean it's not technically a fuck finish, but it is what it is. We had
oh wait, Phil, you saw that?
Yeah.
Titus opened some like school, or I was like outside the room. I heard him talking. I came back and he was like, with all these kids, he did something like amazing the other day.
Titus has a school named after him or something like that.
Oh wow!
I think that's what it is. I mean, I think he opened this up as well, but it's named after him.
Wow, that's cool.
Which is great. Like, listen, I fuck around with the whole Titus catering and everything. I have nothing but respect for the man, even though like we had a little bit of a thing and that's here and there. I have nothing but respect for him because he's done great things for this business. He's done great things as an ambassador, and he's an amazing guy. He is. So I have nothing but respect for him, but due to me just saying Titus catering too much, he did what he did. But hey, hey, listen, at the end of the day, I still do have respect for him, and he does great things for this company. So
yeah.
But Biggie falls onto the middle rope, and Seth Rollins hits him with his contract when the referee was distracted. So listen, apparently the referee gets distracted for this, but when the referee was not even looking at Dominik Mysterio, he just calls for the bell. So just double standards all around here. And hits him with the contract when the referee was distracted. Owens is unsure what to do for a minute, but then he just tries to pin Biggie anyway. And the champion rolls him up in a crucifix pin for the 1, 2, 3. So, Biggie wins with a roll up. That to me just does not sit right, but it is what it is. But after the match, we see replays of Biggie. That Biggie is watching in the ring with Kevin Owens, and Biggie isn't happy and accuses Owens for trying to cheat. Owens gets on the microphone and says that he didn't know what was going on. He apologized to Biggie, and then he says, "You know what? This is all your fault, you son of a bitch. How about we go up against each other next week and see who really has what it takes here? Challenge Seth to a one-on-one match next week." And Biggie says that he doesn't care, and Owens apologizes again. Biggie just hits him with a big ending, not 1, 2, 3, but hits him with a big ending, and this is not a heel turn for Biggie. Don't get that twisted. This is going to be a heel turn for Kevin Owens, and this is going to be great. Because Kevin Owens as a heel is great, but again, we're still turning too many people heel, so it is what it is. We might see a triple threat between these three. I don't know. But it seems like they're building a program between all three of them. It's going to be something to look out for.
I mean, I just don't want Seth to use that contract and be. I don't want to scream and yell and curse. But I'll do all three of those things if Rollins takes that championship away from me this early into it. It's just it's not even the direction you should be going right now. I thought that seeing Seth having this amazing feud with Edge not surrounded around a championship would get people like, oh, maybe this isn't maybe Seth doesn't have to be champion all the time. But apparently people still want him as champion for some odd reason. So do what you do. I mean, he does not deserve to get thrown to the side the way people are ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, they're doing a whole press run with E right now. This is my boy. He changed his name on TikTok, but his name is M2 Incorporated right now.
Yes.
He tagged me in the video. Yeah, he tagged me in the video, and he was talking about how he didn't really get this long reign, and he was. I remember I made my video because I was like, I don't think people and the WWE, I don't think they respect what he has been doing because they have been treating him like the biggest face.
Right.
I mean, he was like, I never even thought of this. He said he is the closest thing WWE has to what Cena was, as far as like not like, you know what I'm saying, just not like John Cena as amazing he is, just like being the face that's on every TV show. Because you go on your timeline, he's on. I see E on broadcast shows. He's on podcasts. He's on the Breakfast Club. I see him on college football jumping around, commercials.
He's being used a lot everywhere.
Yeah, he's the big face right now. So I don't think you should just throw that big what he's doing right now. He's doing an amazing press run right now as champion. You can't just throw that away just so you can get a Shield reunion. I don't know how many times we have to see the Shield reunion shit. I'm tired of seeing. We know Seth and Roman were in the Shield. We know Roman is so beyond the Shield now. Like Roman is light years beyond the Shield. Will it be a cool match? Of course, but you could easily have just put Seth on SmackDown. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's stupid, but whatever. And have him fight against Roman whenever. You know what I'm saying? Seth and Roman aren't going anywhere. You don't have to put up this champion and champion match just so they can say they were in the Shield 15 times in the match, because you know they like to repeat stuff as the match goes. Keep E and Roman where they're at the big face. You don't have to have the Shield. Obviously, they're going to suck anyway already. You know, as cool as maybe I don't know how people feel about it, but like as cool as some people may think Seth and Roman will be, the face versus the heel match will always be the better match to have because it's two guys that are getting two different reactions. That's how you keep a 50-50 crowd. That's how you keep the crowd enticed. If it's two heels out there, one of them's going to get cheered, and they don't like when heels get cheered, but that's what's going to happen. And you can't boo both of them because now no one really wins. You have two people getting booed, and it's just like, why are we watching this? Because we don't even know who we want to win. We want both of them to lose. It's just like it's running. You're running.
I didn't want Seth and Roman on SmackDown to begin with because of the two characters that they're portraying then. What makes anyone wants to think that I want the Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus the WWE Champion Seth Rollins? I don't want that because you know what's going to be the inevitable. And Edge hasn't shown up in weeks. I don't know what the fuck he's going on with, but
I think he might be done, honestly.
But there's still like, listen, people want Edge to be a champion one more time in this company, or at least from people that I've talked to, want Edge one more time in this company to be a champion. He was not going to do it with Roman. He was not. But you give him a big match with Big E, and you have Big E go up against a guy like Edge. Edge is a credible guy in order to get him off that title. I'm not saying do it. Like, I'm not saying that by any means. But if they were to do that, if they wanted to get Edge a world championship shot before he's legitimately done, Big E would be an okay guy to do it too. Everybody would hate it. Everybody would hate, like, oh my God, like, why the heck does Edge have to be the one to take care of Big E? But he was not going to do it with Roman. He wasn't.
That's my thing. It's just like, we talk about this almost every week. It's just they put Roman so
it's such a higher pedestal, dude, and
high. It's just like
it's off the screen high at this point.
Yeah, like, the fact that freaking Edge wouldn't even be a credible person to take Roman down is nuts to me. Even though Edge in his prime could definitely
easily do that.
Yes. So it's just like, I don't want Edge being champion again because it's just like, no, because
I'm telling you right now, though, people want it. A lot of people want it. And if it was anybody that was going to do it, it would be against Big E, and he would take the title off of it.
Look, nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yes. Everybody thinks that nostalgia is going to be great, but then when it happens, it dies off after a few weeks, and then they're like, all right, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about me as far as Jeff and Roman. I know Jeff is not going to be Roman. Is it fun to say? Yeah, because I freaking love that guy. Yes, it's very fun for me to imagine.
We all do. We all love that. We all don't love both of them, but it's
just like, even though I know that probably will never happen, it's still fun to think. But I'm not in the the stand mindset where it's like it has to happen, or like there's no other way. I'm realistic. I'm not stupid. I would love my favorite wrestler to be at the top of the show, but all of us have different favorites. Me and Phil have different favorites. Me and everyone else on this podcast, except for me and me and him both love Jeff. But
we all love Jeff here. We do.
It's like their level of love for Jeff is like that. Me and once we're like overboard.
Well, because
I'm overboard with it. I can't speak for him. I know.
I've been watching Jeff since 09, 010, pretty much just when I actually got started. So like I've been with this guy for years as well. But it's I've never really seen a bigger fan of Jeff than you on 1C, and it's great to see because you guys know you guys are connected with this guy. Yeah. And it's great to see because everybody has that guy, that wrestler that they connect with. Whether that is a female wrestler or a male wrestler. They have that one guy. To me, that was Shawn Michaels all the way. To you, that was Jeff Hardy. To Saul, that was Eddie. To Meg, that was Becky. We all have that one person, and it's great to see, and we want them to succeed. So it is what it is. Yeah. Drew McIntyre seems the most likely to dethrone Roman, in my opinion. Listen, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have Drew versus Roman, and if we can't get The Rock, it'll be Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Do I want it? No. Would Roman beat McIntyre at WrestleMania? God, I hope so, because that guy is not losing the title. I told you this on numerous occasions. The man is not losing the title. He's going to be at WrestleMania as champion. I know Love does not like that. I know he's just looking away, just shaking his head. It's like, Phil, shut the fuck up, because it's not happening. It's happening.
I know it is. I'm making mad. I'm so tired. I hate when they have these long championship runs because it's just like.
I said SummerSlam 2022. That's your best bet.
That is the most revolting thing that for me to think about. Like I hate.
I know, but that's my prediction. We're gonna have it at SummerSlam 2022.
Like, oh my god.
That's all the way in August, though, bro. So.
I freaking hate it. It's just like, oh my god, I can't take him being champion for another week, and you're telling me, yeah, SummerSlam 2022, when I'm about to freaking graduate. No, that's just, oh my god.
I know that seems really long, but
it's long now, bro. He beat everybody. Like he beat John Cena, came back all cool, and then just lost.
I guarantee you SummerSlam 2022 is happening on August 20th. So that's my date. That's my date. Well, that's Saturday, but okay, then the 21st, if they're doing it Sunday. But
it's crazy, man.
It listen, like you said, they do a whole different kind of pedestal when it comes to the WWE and Universal Champion. And they've been doing that ever since Roman became it. They did it with Bob. They did it with Roman. Now they're doing it with Big E. Big E's winning with roll-ups, and he's a WWE champion.
Yeah,
that to me I don't like. I hate that.
You can barely get Roman on the show to say 5 words. He goes in there and says, "Acknowledge me," then walks out, and the cool guy. But E is winning by roll-ups. Like it's two polar opposites, man. Two polar opposites.
As a WWE champion, you should be winning clean. And roll-ups to me, whether you're a heel or babyface, that's not clean to me. That's not.
Yeah,
because you're finding a way to win.
No, I had someone say, I was talking about with the Usos keep helping Roman. I was like, Roman will be more dominant if he was winning clean. They tried to bring up legacy as if Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase were helping. I was like, Randy Orton was murdering people every week on Raw. He was winning matches down with punt kicks.
I see all of that, and I do, and I believe it was Narco that made a video on that, saying that like it's not like we haven't seen heel champions get help before. He brought up Randy Orton and Legacy. He brought up Evolution with Triple H. He was right. There's no there hasn't been a faction with a world champion that has not gotten help to keep him champion before. But even I have to admit, it's getting a little bit excessive, and and that's what's really getting at us here. It's the excessiveness. Heels can win like that no matter what. That's fine. It's going to happen. We expect it to happen. But when it's excessive over and over and over again, we're like, all right, come on now.
And when we're forced to acknowledge this man as the best.
Yeah.
I was supposed to acknowledge you. Acknowledge your cousins. Don't tell me to acknowledge you. I should be acknowledging them. They're helping you out.
You're having great matches, but they're helping you.
Yeah, like you beat so many amazing. You beat freaking Daniel Bryan clean in that. If you guys haven't seen that match, Roman Reigns.
That match on SmackDown was fantastic. That was the final match. That was the final match of Daniel Bryan's career in WWE. Now he's in AEW, of course.
But so freaking good.
That was the final match of Daniel Bryan.
It was amazing. If you haven't watched that, please watch it. But it's like you have matches like that where he wins clean. I think he won clean in that one. I don't think it was just
he won clean in that one. He did.
with the guillotine, I think.
Yep.
But it's like if Roman was out there just choking people out every week or every match, I think a lot more people would respect him. But it's just like he being a heel champion does not mean help at every corner. Does it mean help a lot? Yeah. But it doesn't mean help at every corner because not every heel has people behind them. Not every heel has a Cody Rhodes or a Ted DiBiase or Batista and Ric Flair to help. Some heels are just heels. They're just by themselves. Not everyone has a stable or people to help. So, of course, it's not abstract to see it. But when you have someone who was built up to be the greatest to ever do it, Pat McAfee calls him the GOAT every time he walks out. You can't have him be the GOAT of anything if he's constantly getting helped by everyone. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, that's just Pat McAfee being Pat McAfee. He's pretty much a fan. He's just pretty much he's a fan back in the back of that table. Like that's what he is. He's a true fan back there.
He's the best commentator to have on WWE television. He's
Michael Cole is a play-by-play guy, the professional corporate guy, while you got Pat McAfee being a fan marking out every single time Roman Reigns is here. So, and it's a great dynamic. I love those two together.
You gotta look at the script, and the script says Pat says he's the GOAT. So I'm like, okay, GOAT, greatest ever. Okay, why do Usos helping you beat Brock Lesnar?
And then you got Monday Night Raw commentary where. I don't even know the middle guy. Well, who's the middle guy that's trying to be Michael Cole? Because I know it's Corey Graves, Byron Saxton just being Byron Saxton, Corey Graves being the heel as he always is, and then you got this middle guy. I really don't know his name. I am going to completely. I have to look it up.
I know Corey Fritz always like American like, oh my gosh, he's hot. It's like, bro.
I have to look it up.
Carmella came out today. This man would not shut up. I'm like, bro, yes. And she's your girlfriend. This man's like, oh.
Well, no, not him. It's not Adnan. Adnan got fired.
Jimmy Smith. That's what James.
Jimmy Smith. Yes, Jimmy Smith. When I heard when Jimmy Smith first got hired, it was just Jimmy Smith, and I was like, the only Jimmy Smith I know was the guy that played for the Baltimore Ravens, and I know that's not really the case, so I had to look him up, and it was just this guy, and it turned out to be like Jimmy Smith, like he did, I believe he did like Bellator or UFC or something of that nature, so he had some kind of like fighting commentary experience, but he's not bad by any means. But whenever I just think commentary, I'm sorry, I just think Michael Cole because he's been doing it for so goddamn long.
It makes sense.
People shit on Michael Cole every single time, especially nowadays, but he's not bad.
I did. That's my damn my doing that coal mine crap. I hated that when I was younger.
The coal mine and the whole. I have an email from the anonymous Raw general manager, and I quote, blah 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 blah, and then it turned out to be Hornswoggle. So, great.
Raw.
But we went on a random tangent about everything, but that was it for Monday Night Raw review. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to turn on the bell to all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. TikTok links are down in the description below. Follow us. Have a good time over there. It's always a good time on Loft's channel. Megan's channel is fantastic. Saul's channel. Saul does a lot of mixture of things, not just wrestling, but he just does a mixture of skits and all that stuff, and he's just a funny guy, so go follow him. 1C, Bash, and Nate, they're all very creative minds, so I love those guys to death. you want to follow me, you can. I mean, you don't have to, but it's cool over here. We do some great things over there as well. Laugh and Bash's MFN Right remix in the description as well. It's a banger every single time. No matter when you listen to it, it's just always going to be something great. And yeah, that's it. So, without further ado, Laugh, do you have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here?
I hope y'all had a good Halloween. I didn't get any candy because apparently I'm too old to have fun. So
Hey,
I saw kids out trick or treating. I forgot last year no one was out trick or treating. So I saw that. I was like, oh shit, look. But look, everyone's having fun, you know what I'm saying? We had a good podcast on here. We had a freaking amazing Jeopardy game that I got my ass whooped twice in. But I mean, I hope we gave some kind of entertainment to y'all if y'all were in the house or if y'all were trick or treating. If y'all were trick or treating and listening to the podcast, that's tough, and I want to know how you did that because that's crazy. Because there was so much stuff going on in that 5-hour podcast. But
5 hours.
yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. We pretty much had like maybe 6 families in total. Like it was not like it was not that popular over here in Naruto, trust me. But
Wow.
hey, it is what it is. We still have a lot of candy left over because we bought way too much candy. Like pretty much any family in the history of families does on Halloween. You buy way too much candy and then nobody really comes through your door, and then it says, oh yeah, we have all this candy now, so what do we do with it? But that's it, guys. See you tomorrow for NXT. If I have any more updates on the whole new rebranding period, it's going to be revealed. It's going to be revealed anytime that we have something new. Just like we did it tonight with the logo, I'm going to be doing it for all the rest of it. And then when it all comes down together, it's going to be great. I'm hoping by episode 100, we have everything.
I think we will.
So that we have just all of that ready to go and we have the whole new intro and the logos and all of that. It's going to be fantastic by the time we hit episode 100 because episode 100 is going to be something special. I don't know what day that'll fall on, but whatever it is, it's going to be great, and we're going to have something special as always. So that's it, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace out. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. Yeah. We'll talk to you tomorrow for NXT. Peace.